Good evening, VV Nation, and welcome to the 6 p.m. video. I know, the market is closed. But we still want to give you content on the YouTube channel, and this is an opportunity for me to do more on the navigation series, of which I am re-recording with new sessions. And this one is all about the UniSearch tool within the VectorVest software, and we're going to talk about two particular types of investors from a UniSearch perspective, and those are the conservative and prudent investors, or the searches that accommodate them. We're going to go through a lot of stuff in this video talking about what makes up a prudent investor, what makes up a conservative investor. In a later video, we're going to talk more about the aggressive and the person who's looking for speculative stuff. And then we're going to talk about some sort of investing for technical analysis. The UniSearch tool can do all of these things all at one time and help you out as well. So we're going to talk about conservative and prudent searches. And then I'm also in this video going to talk a lot about the ability to make your own searches and show you how to do that. Not only your own searches, actually, but how to make sorts, because it's not all about the search, it's about how they're sorted. And you can sort it a lot of different ways, make your own sorts, and I'm going to show you and walk you through that as well. All right, so today's agenda, what are we going to cover? What is UniSearch? All right, and I know that especially if you've been with us for a while, we've got a lot of UniSearches. I'm going to show you how to streamline what you're looking for as far as the best searches in the software for you at any time. What can it do for me? That's a big question. So we're going to tell you that the UniSearch is the most powerful search engine ever created. But what can it do for me? Sounds like Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? The UniSearch tool is a powerful tool. What types of investors are there? There's 4 types of investors. We're going to cover that. What is the investment matrix? And within the investment matrix, there's 2 indicators that we use that can really point you in the direction of the type of investor you are. Some of you think that you're conservative or prudent or aggressive or speculative. I'm going to show you how to really hone in on the type of investor you really are, so that you're using the UniSearch in the right way to find the right stocks for you. How do I determine what type of investor I am? I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's do it. We're going to get right into it. Now, what is the UniSearch? It's the most powerful search engine ever created. I'm going to let that settle in for a second, because it really is. This tool can run strategies. You can find strategies. You can find trends. What's trending higher or lower? What stocks are hitting new highs or lows? Deltas, percentage change. How much has a stock changed by way of price or RT or anything over an X amount of time? That can really hone in on types of stocks you're looking for. Now, we can do all of these things on stocks. We can do high, lows, and deltas on industries and or business sectors, or all of them at the same time. We can also do utilize UniSearch on your own watch lists that you've created. We can do it on portfolios. We can do this all individually or combined. When I tell you that this tool is that powerful, I ain't just whistling Dixie. So, strategies. Strategies search for stocks meeting a certain set of criteria or conditions at a fixed point in time. What does that mean? Well, I'm trying to find stocks that are this, that, and the other thing by way of the search parameters right here, right now. Strategies can be performed on stocks, watch list, industries, and or sectors. Now, strategies are generally categorized as prudent, people who want the best of both worlds. Conservative, people who are looking at long-term safety and dividends. Aggressive, those people who want to, give up some safety to go for the big hits. And of course, speculative, they throw caution to the wind and they're just looking for the big moves. A lot of that will be news-driven, especially on drug stocks, FDA approvals. Strategies can be sorted by groups or alphabetically. Special note, market timing is first and foremost. I don't care what search you run at any particular point in time. Market timing is key. You've got to make sure that you're on the right side of the market before you do anything. Now, let's talk about sorts. When we look at stocks, when we look at strategies, most of our searches are sorted by VST. but you can do a lot more. Remember, the most powerful search engine ever created, you can do a lot more in regards to how you sort these stocks out. Now, questions have always come up. What does that all mean? You can multiply, you can divide, you can add, you can subtract. How does that help me? Well, anything with a multiplier will give you the highest value of both indicators. RS times RT. You know that I run on the YouTube channel, RS times CI times growth. That's an indicator or a sort that you've got to create. I'm going to show you how to create that. But that brings to the table the stocks that have the best combination of relative safety, CI, and growth. I want to make sure that all of those things are presented. So when I run the search, remember we got over 9,000 stocks. When I run a search, I want to make sure that I'm bringing to the table, the top of the table, those kinds of stocks. Anything with a divisor, all right, gives you a high value on the left and a lower value on the right. That's a great way to find undervalued stocks. I want stocks that have value, but the price is below. So value divided by price gives me undervalued stocks. High value, low price. Or how about I want to find stocks that are on the rise? How about I look at price divided by RT? High, good price, but RT that's low, and in the right market timing situation, that these stocks are getting ready to rise. Anything with a divisor will give you a high value on the left and a lower on the right. High value, low value. For example, if you're looking for undervalued stocks, value divided by price, which will return high valued stocks with undervalued prices. Addition. Operators should be used for sorting indicators that are on the same scale. For example, if you want high CI and high relative value stocks, they're both on the 0 to 2 scale, so you can use CI plus RV. They're on the same scale. If you want high CI, RV, RS, and value stocks, such as what Dr. DeLito uses in his essay, you would use a multiplier because they're all on the same scale. CI times RV times RS, but value is not on the same scale. All right, so it'd be a little different. Therefore, it wouldn't make sense to add value to CI. All right, that's addition. And then we'll do the same thing for subtraction. If you combine indicators using the same mentality, for example, RV plus RS, well, they're on the same scale, divided by price. So I want stocks addition, 0 to 2 scale RV plus RS, but I also want low price. There's that divisor. That's how I would set that up. The second sort default is always by symbol in case the values come up to be the same. Investor types. Conservative. If you're conservative, you're a longer term investor, dividends plays a role. If prudent, best of both worlds. I want good upside, but I want good safety. And I like to say that the people in the universe of VectorVest most likely will fall in the category of prudent. I want the best of both worlds. I'm going to make some money, but I also want safety. Aggressive, willing to take risks. So I want high relative value. I want stocks with good upside, but I'm willing to give up a little risk because I'm a little bit more aggressive. Speculative, they throw caution to the wind. Fundamentals, be damned. They're not all about the fundamentals. They're looking to hit the big home runs. How do you go through this? Use quick tests. And I'm going to show you at the beginning of a market timing signal, no matter how you invest in the market, how to find the best searches. I'm going to do it 2 different ways, all right? I'm going to show you how to find the best searches coming off of a market timing indicator to start to show what searches you need to pay attention to instead of trying to pay attention to all the searches all at the same time. All right, and the last thing I want to look at is the strategic matrix. Notice that on this matrix, all right, we use 2 indicators to help you determine the type of investor you are. Relative safety on that scale between 0 and 2, and relative value on that scale between 0 and 2. Notice that where we fall in the quadrant, prudent, I want relative safety high. I want relative value high. Notice the 1.5 or higher, both here on relative value and on relative safety. Boom, I'm a prudent investor. Now, if I'm aggressive, relative safety to the lower side, but relative value to the upper side. I want good upside. I'm willing to give up some risk. So relative safety, lower towards 0.50. Conservative. Now, relative value, I'm not concerned with the upside. I am concerned with the safety. Notice that we have on the left and on the bottom, reward and risk to reward. That'll help you. Notice that the risk is low, the reward is low for conservative. The risk is low and the reward is high for prudent. Okay? So as I actually let me take that back. Prudent, I want high reward and I want high relative value. Put them both together, but I want a high reward but low risk, all right? And going on. So we're going to get more into looking at the indicators, how they fit in to help you to find the best stocks for you to invest in. All right, I'm going to get us into the software now, and I'm going to bring us to the UniSearch tool. Notice that when I get to the UniSearch tool, there's a lot of folders here. Some of these are folders that I've created over the years. Do you know I'm coming up on 21 years in March of 2025? Wow, that's a long time. But they have folders. I want you to look at the folders as filing cabinets, and then the searches within the folders as your files within the filing cabinet. We're going to start off with conservative. We're going to go to the conservative folder, searches conservative. Notice that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 searches in the searches conservative. Another place that I'd like for you to look at when you're looking at searches conservative or the conservative side is searches retirement. Jim Penna does and spends a lot of time in these two folders for the conservative or retirement people. There's a lot more searches in the retirement folder and then there are in the conservative folder, but I'm going to show you how to walk through how to find the best searches there are. Now, let's say, remember, market timing is key. If I look at the current market's conditions, it is not the right time as I'm recording this video for the conservative or prudent investor right now, and I'll explain that in a second. If I run the conservative stocks, right, and I'm looking at today as I'm recording it, I am going to run the search. All right, now when I'm looking at conservative, look at this. I'm looking at relative value below 1, but relative safety above 1. I want safe stocks and preferably that pay a dividend. In this search, I'm not looking, I am. Look at the top. It's sorted by dividend safety descending. So as I run the search, it finds the stocks that are relative value less than 1, relative safety greater than 1, actual price greater than $1, average volume greater than 100,000 shares. These last three that you'll see in all of the different, many of the different searches make it Derby ready. We'll talk more about that when I get into the Derby, when we get into the Derby tab. All right, right now we're in the UniSearch tab. So if I go by and I look, some of these stocks you know, some of these stocks you don't know. Remember, longer term plays. Now let's go over to the dividend side. As I move over and over and over, all of these stocks pay a dividend because we're sorted by dividend safety. That's going to play a big role when looking at conservative stocks. These dividend safeties are on a scale between 0 and 99, and man, these are safe dividend players. That makes sense when I'm looking at conservative stocks. All right, so Apple, Costco, Marvel. Now remember, if you're looking at this at a different time, these stocks may change. I'm explaining to you the concepts behind the search and how it finds the types of stocks that they find. Now, as I mentioned, as I record this, this is not the right time to be playing conservative plays, but I'm going to show you something. I'm going to use the quick test of the top 10. All right? It's going to go back in time. Actually, it's just looking at today. We're going to do this a little differently. I'm going to click on the date today, and I'm going to go back in time. And I want to show you a tool that you may or may not know we have available when we're looking at searches. I'm going to go to the confirm calls. It's going to show me the last confirm call up, which happened to have been on 11/6 of 2024. I'm going to simply click on that date. It will now run the search as of that last confirmed up call. Look at that. Run the search, because currently the confirmed call is down. Look at this, different stocks. But that was as of that date when we had a confirmed up call. I'm going to do a quick test of the top 10. Remember, to check to see how this works out, you need to do a quick test, look at the number of winners compared to the number of losers. It's going to automatically count all the way up to the time that I'm doing this video, 1.93%, where the market was down. Even holding them from that confirmed up through a confirmed down to now, we're still outpacing the market. And that does not take into effect any dividends that have come into the account. Now, if this were the right time, I'm going to show you how to get ahead of the curve to try to find out the right strategy for you. I'm going to change the end date. All right, we're going to change the end date. We got in on November 6th. I'm going to go up 1 week. All right, 11/6, November 6th. That was the up call. There's the green bar. That was the up call. Let's go 1 week. Let's go see what was working the best 1 week off of the call. I'm going to now run the test again. Boom, 11/6 to 11/13. Well, it's only up 0.71% where the market was up 0.10. We had 6 winners, 4 losers. Let's see if we can do better. Let's go back into the software. Let's go discounted dividend payers. Rerun it. Good stocks. Let's do a quick test of the top 10 again. Oof, not so good. So now I'm going through the process to see what searches have done the best from that most recent call. I now can whittle this down to find out what searches are actually working. Let's go to dividend payers. Yeah, I like that. Let's quick test the top 10. Again, from 11/6 to 11/13. I'm only testing over 1 week to get me some idea of what's currently working at that time. How about dividend payers less than $20? I like that. All right, TSLL, Quad, look at that. All right, let's do a quick test of the top 10. Look at that, up 3% in 1 week off of the call, 8 winners, 2 losers. I like that. I now put this search in my back pocket, and I get ready to kind of look at what that looks like going forward. Maybe I start running it the next day, and I start looking into the stocks that are moving. Let's go look at dividend plays. Top 10, 1.72. We got a winner so far. Ooh, not so good. Prima Donnas, quick test top 10. Ooh, not so good. Steady Eddies, quick test top 10. 1.1. So which one was up 3% in 1 week? Discount payers, quick test top 10, 3%. Let's say I said I want to take that going forward. All right. Let's change the end date to the down call of the confirmed calls. Let's go back. Well, actually, let's go up, which would have been on the 10th. All right, that was the confirmed down call. And we've been there ever since. Let's click on OK. Let's run the test. Holy smokes. So I took advantage of a search that was up, and it's conservative search, that was up 3%, 4% in 1 week, drove it forward to the down call. Look at that. 9 winners, 1 loser. That 1 loser probably would have been out a long time ago. But look at this. TSL, SGHC, look at this. And this is a conservative search. Now, I could have done the same. I could have done the same process with the retirement. I could have found one that was better, but I don't have enough time to go run through that again. The whole idea here is after a call has changed, wait about a week. Unless you want to jump early, you can. But I want some footing below me before I go and find out what search is working in that most recent call and run it, and you can get good results. All right. Now, let's go look at a prudent search. Let's go searches prudent. We got good searches here. Best of the biggies, big stocks. Stock RV, greater than 1. Relative safety, greater than 1. Remember, Prudent searches want the best of both worlds. Let's go back in time again. Let's go find the most recent DEW call. All right. Let's go back. That's November 5th. There it is, one day before the confirmed up call. Notice that as I change, my calls will change. November 5th. Let's run that. Run the search, best of the biggies. And I go through the same thing. I go and find out. Let's run the search, quick test the top 10. All right, look at that. That's all the way up until 12/10, but that wasn't 1 week, right? Let's go find the 5th. 1 week is November 12th. Oops, November 5th. Let's go back to November 12th. Let's go take a look. Run the test. 3.78%. Kept up with the market. All right, that's prudent. And I would go through the same process again to see what searches best performers greater than $1. What's in here? Price greater than $1. Average volume greater than 100,000 shares. How about this? Percent price change greater than 2. I want to find stocks that have gone up at least 2%. Recommendation equal to a buy. Look at all of the code that you can put in here to build your own searches. How about RV greater than 1, RS greater than 1, and again, the last 3 make it Derby ready. Let's go quick test the top 10. Wow! 17% in 1 week. Good googly muggly. All 10 stocks made money. Well, I'm going to take a chance right here. Let's see how it would have finished out. What was the down call for the DEW? Let's go DEW down call. So that was November 5th. Where's the red light? The 17th. Let's see if that would have held. Run the test. 5.72. More losers than winners. Aha. So I found the search that did amazing in 1 week. This goes to show you got to make sure that whatever stocks you get into, you have tight stops on it. It's still outperformed the market. All right, it's still outperformed the market, but some of these losers kicked you in the butt. You make sure that you have tight stops on them no matter what. And I go through the process. So the beauty of that is I show the reality. No matter how well they would have done over 1 week, you still have to make sure that before you get into it the next day or the following day, 1, that the stocks are doing exactly what you wanted to do, which is go up in price, and 2, make sure you have tight stops. So I think I covered pretty much everything that I needed to cover for this particular idea. We looked at the UniSearch tool, what it's all about. It's the most powerful search engine ever created. I do need to talk about one more thing. I need to show you how to build your own sorts. Let's go up to the tools bar in the top right-hand corner. Go to Custom Field Builder. This is where you can build whatever field you want to sort your stocks. Let's say that you're looking for relative value times relative safety times relative timing. You want you got VST. How about VST times earnings growth? All right. Good stocks that have good combination of value, safety, and timing, but with good earnings growth. Watch this. Fields. We go to Fields, Capital Appreciation. We find VST. Boom. Hit the multiplier right there. Fields. Let's go down to Capital Appreciation. Let's go over to earnings growth right there, the growth rate. And there you do. You created that. You now created that, and you need to validate it. It is valid, and then I want to save it. Custom field, save successfully. Boom. Now let's say I wanted to use what I just created. Go up to the sort up here. This is best performance greater than $1. It's RT times CI descending. Now, once you've created your own, you want to use it, go down to primary sort. Let's go find it. We created VST times growth. Let's scroll down. VST times growth. There it is. We created it. Boom. Click on OK. Now, all I've done is I'm going to still run the search, but I created my own sort. I'm going to get different stocks. App, Love, and Duo. Look at that. The sort makes the search. The sort makes the search. You can create a myriad of different sorts based upon what you're looking for. Now, I think I've covered everything I needed to cover for this particular video. This is the UniSearch tool. We looked at two types of individuals, the prudent investor and the conservative investor. I showed you a lot of what is entailed in what that investor is looking for. I showed you how to build your own sort. I showed you how to use a more recent call. Right now, when we get another up call for either conservative or prudent, you now know how to go through all of those different searches to find which ones are working the best right now and then take advantage of it instead of sitting around going, what search, what search, what search. I might show you one more thing. Let's go to the Viewers tab. All right, let's go to the Viewers tab, and I'm going to go to the Trading Systems Viewer. You know the cool thing about this? We already do the work for you. And in the current market, if I'm trying to find, let's sort by category. If I'm trying to find the best prudent searches that are working right now, look at this. Ta-da! We've done the work. And remember, we don't have a prudent call right now. We don't have a DEW up. But I've got some searches that are making money. Look at that. I got some searches that are making money. That's more aggressive, though. I have no call for it, but that's aggressive. Or I want to find the conservative. Here we go. We've got conservative searches here for you as well. So you can either do it the way that I showed you, using a market timing call, testing for a week after the call is there to see what searches are working, or you can always come to the Trading Systems Viewer. I know I just gave you a lot of stuff right now on a day where the market was closed, but I love redoing these navigational videos for you. Over the years, you guys have told me that this series has helped you tremendously, and all I'm doing is slowly but surely redoing them. So folks, this video is over, and until the next time, see ya.